360 is Big Miz from the zoo. We back in this.
Good. What's good? What's good? What's good, man?
Here to give y'all some survival tips, some prison beginner tips. So y'all will have the best time you could have in there. You won't be going through no mess, no nothing. So
Yeah, at least be safe. You know what I'm
yeah, at
saying?
least be safe. That's the main thing. Uh, how important is body language in there? The way you carry yourself?
Um, I think that's one of the top things. That's a top tier question because
Yeah.
that's how people learn stuff. Like the vets or people that been down for a minute, they use their eyes to look at how people are moving and what they actually do, not really what they saying, because that'll throw you for a loop. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You listen to somebody kicking that gangster stuff, and then y'all get into it. He's knocked out first punch, and you're still fighting three guys or whatever. So yeah, definitely body language. You got to
You're right
see
about
what
that.
people are built, how people are built. Definitely.
You gotta understand people in there. They're reading books like what is it, The Art of War?
Yep.
Them power books. Some of them books are banned from like the prison I was at. You're not allowed to have it. You're not allowed to order them at all. Cause
Wow.
like the BGF, they're built. Their gang is built on them books. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And it's basically it lets you inside the other person's mind, like how to dominate somebody. You know what I'm saying? Really, it's the art of war. You know what I'm saying? It's real militant. However you say it. How do you say that word? What's that military
The
word?
militant,
Militant. Yeah,
militant. Yeah.
yeah, mindset. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Very
What
militant.
makes what makes somebody a target in there? What does somebody have to do to become a target?
Um, honestly, in the places I've been, and it's even worse now, coming in as a civilian, and that's messed up to say, but coming in as a civilian can make you a target, or trying to be too closed in and not talking to anyone at all, but they see you always coming through with a real big bag and no protection.
Yeah,
That's you can write target on your head at that point. You know what I'm saying? But like for the most part, I think that, or coming into the system at any level with some charges that you can't explain. And you might as well write target on your head then too.
yeah. You can do everything by the book. You know what I'm saying? You can talk a good talk, a good talk game, but like if people see you like going to the store, got big net bags, like you said, you become a target.
Yeah, that's a natural fact. That's a natural fact. Cause in this place that I call the chain gang that I speak about, man, like these little guys that's coming into the prisons, like that lieutenant that I was talking to yesterday on the interview, she told me that they're coming in looking like they're 13, 12, 11 years old, baby faces, and then they're coming in and they're going straight to become a member. They get tagged up, boo, 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 and how they know that it happened with a gang, they're gonna look terrible. They're gonna have knots over knots, eyes closed, broken noses, chipped teeth, and all that coming out the dorm, all red, if you know what I'm saying. And then you know that they just got initiated because they're trying to go back into the same dorm, and they be wondering like, what, why? I mean, and that's why. And these guys are coming in, and they really don't have a lot of help on the streets. Some of them burn their bridges very, very quickly at a young age. And then once they go to a place like that and they looking for somebody to help them, they don't get no help. So they choose to look and start trying to intimidate like civilians or people that's calm and cool inside these dorms and know that they can't defend themselves by no means. And then they're gonna come five, six of them because they don't have no food, so they're gonna take it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. I seen it. I've seen it a bunch of times in there. It gets crazy in there. Some of them. That's what they dream about, going in there and becoming a part of a gang. That's that's their goal. And when they finally see what it's about, they regret everything. I'm telling you, I done seen they be on the phone crying to their mom. Mom, I can't wait to come home. Cause I mean, what do you do when the big homie puts a knife in your hand and tells you to go handle that, and then you get caught up because you ain't got no experience, and now you in there for years. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because at the end, people don't care about you.
Not at all, man. Like it's a vicious place, and just like you said, the thumbnail was like when you're around these individuals, it turns you into something that you don't want to be, and you didn't even know that you had it inside you to start moving on that type of time, that demon time. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Not a,
yeah. When you're around demons, that's what you become. Like when you're around a whole bunch of demons, you become a demon yourself.
yeah,
That's for anybody that goes in there. They can be like they cannot know nothing, but over time they're gonna learn from what they see around them. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Exactly. And if you're the type to adapt to your environment or your surroundings, you the chameleon type, and you can just adapt to anything and switch up, you gonna have to switch up and be on that same type timing that they on, and let them know from the door. I'm with what you with. Whatever you trying to do, I'm trying to do. So they'll know
Yeah,
this is not a playing field right here. I mean, you ain't just gonna come try me with anything. So yeah, you right.
yeah. And then when you join a gang, everybody else's problems become your problems. Everybody else's problems. You
Yeah.
can be a month away from release, and somebody does something stupid, fighting over a couple of chips, bags of chips. Now everybody going to war over some commissary.
Yo, I just did a report like probably like 20 something days ago. No, no, yeah, like last month, about a war that popped off in Washington State Prison, and three people were unalived in that situation. But one of the guys was an older dude in his 40s, and he was leaving the next day. But due to the fact that he was affiliated with the GDs, and he's saying a GD getting poured out, and he trying to tell him like, "Yo, stop!" Like he trying to stop it and like be over him. They went and poured that man out too, and he lost his life before he can go home that next day. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
And he they say he wasn't about that. He don't walk around acting tough. He didn't do none of that. He was an older dude. He was laid back, but he just didn't want the little dude to get unalived by them. And so he's trying to tell them to stop, and then they went and swarmed on him. You know what I'm saying? And took his life right along with the dude that he went to help.
That's crazy, but it happens every day in there. It depends on where you are too, because some prisons are worse than others. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the Baltimore jail. That Baltimore jail is way worse than some prisons. Like crazy.
You know, it's usually like that. Those inner city or rough inner cities, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
real urban. Their county jail gonna be biting. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
yeah.
biting. There's some people that's just wild for real that keep going in and out of jail, and they got these low charges, but they still act crazy in there. And then there's people that's there for the long run, and they move like that.
Everybody can hear you.
You say, "Hey, I'm from. Can I add? Can I add what?
What breaks people mentally inside?
Um, what breaks people mentally inside? The fact, I think it's the fact of not knowing certain stuff. Like in the outside, it's the fact of not knowing what you used to be able to be in control of. You're no longer in control of that. And I think that's a major thing, that I have your mind wandering, you know what I'm saying, to different things, and be snapping on your girl. One, oh, who is that in the background? It's just the TV. Like you be coming off all weird and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
it can do something to you. It can definitely do something to you.
yeah. You're right about that. What keeps people staying in there from losing their minds?
and this sounds real cliche-ish, but I'm gonna say having a positive attitude, trying to correct your wrongs of the things that you have done, and then you see a change in yourself, and you just dealing with yourself though, not trying to free the world, help the world. Now you dealing with yourself, and slowly but surely you'll start brushing off the things that you don't like about yourself, like because you're gonna think a lot. There's a whole bunch of thinking and a whole bunch of wall looking at and all that. Now you're gonna look at a wall, you're gonna think, you're gonna be in the bed like this. Dang, yeah, I remember that and all that. You're gonna be doing a whole bunch of that. So while you have the time, I say better yourself, and that will keep you sane. You know what I'm saying? And then you can start reaching out to people. I mean, either you're trying to reconcile, you know what I'm saying, get some reconciliation for the people that you have done wrong or something, or trying just
Yeah.
to build stronger bonds for the people that you already have with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I messed up. While I was in there, I was on gang time. Like we like going on missions and all that. That was fun to me at the time. But it ain't like towards the end when I kept on catching more time. You know what I'm saying? And I seen everybody else going home. And then I had family members start dying. Then it started getting to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it.
It's
I
really
can dig it.
hard when like Christmas and Thanksgiving come around. That's really hard.
Yeah, that's a weird time because me, I don't celebrate none of that stuff. Like I don't celebrate, so I'm not bothered by that at the least. But being around a whole bunch of people that do, and they got the sob stories and sad faces, and everybody trying to call home, trying to get that over whatever. Like it's a real it be in the air at
Yeah.
that time. It
And
be
you
in the
know,
air.
like calling home and talking to my younger brother, and I'm hearing how like he's out here doing all this good stuff, and I'm in there fighting over bags of chips. You know what I'm saying? It really gets to
That's
you.
ruthless. That's ruthless.
Yeah,
Like
it
that's
is.
that's every reason to tell him, don't come here. This is what I'm doing. This is what this one of the stupidest things that I can ever do and say to you. And I want you to remember this. Your brother said this. You know what I'm saying? And let him take that and run with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a fact.
yeah, you're right about that. You got any siblings?
Yeah, I got an older brother. Yep.
Was you the only one that was in and out of jail?
Nah. Yeah, me. Yep, me. Only one. Yep.
Yeah, it was weird growing up and being in and out of jail, and then like when you go in there, you see all your homeboys and stuff, and then y'all, it's like a little reunion. That should tell you something right there. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, you back?
Yo, and like what I just did, just thinking about that, that's exactly how I be when I'm walking past a cell or whatever. Like, yo, CO, can I get a bar of soap or something? Y'all don't got nothing. Like, can I get a towel or something? I'm like, oh man, Wally, where you been, bro? Why? Like, it always happens that way. Or you come into the cell and you talking or whatever, and then you turn around and your celly is your homeboy. You like, yo, hold up, yo. Y'all doing all these strong hugs and all
Yeah,
that. Like, yeah, yeah, doing all like knucklehead wild stuff. That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I would rather give you a salute in the streets while passing in a car going 180 miles than to give you a hug in the cell.
yeah. It's
Like real
crazy.
talk.
You know, one of the things I could never get used to. The prison up here, they're bad on like roaches and stuff. Man, I remember getting to my pod, and like I'm in the cell. First time in this cell. This building I was at, it was bad for roaches. Roaches were everywhere. Mice, rats, everywhere. I'm sitting down on a bunk, and my cell buddy, he's up top. He's telling me, he's like, you better hang your net bag up. I was like, wow, what's up? He's like, yeah, you don't look behind you. I looked at the wall. The whole wall's moving. Got roaches everywhere. You kill one, like five more take its place, and you stuck there. You stuck in the room with that. I
Yeah.
mean, they call that exterminators, but it don't really do nothing. You know, I think it
Nah,
makes them
they probably
they
bring
eat
them
that
out.
stuff.
Yeah.
Now they be eating it. You know what I'm saying? They be eating it.
Yo,
They used to that.
that's crazy work. What type, like, do you know like the size of them? Maybe big cockroaches or the small
Man,
roaches?
sometimes it be the big water bugs, the ones like that, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You be sitting there and they be calling on you, like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You be that one. You got the
Man,
little ones, you know what I'm saying?
I jump straight out the gym. If one of them joints was on me, I'm jumping out the gym. Like, for real. That's crazy right there, man. Like they're bad with it too in some camps in Georgia, but it's mainly in isolation in the whole, like after you get sentenced, like because you go to two buildings. You once you get charged with your DR disciplinary report, they send you to a building that you might have a roommate or something in there, and y'all wait like 2 weeks, then y'all go to DR court. And no, the investigator comes, tells you about your charges and what they think that you're gonna get. Then they close your flat. Then you go to DR court like 2 days after that. And the funny part about Georgia's DR court, nobody ever wins. You don't win. You don't get the win.
Yo, yeah, I heard that. Yo, why is it that like Georgia prison? You hear all these people talking about Georgia prison. Is it that bad? Like you got a whole bunch of people like on this platform, YouTube, talking about the Georgia prison.
Yes, yes. I
Or is
just
it
put
is
up
it ranked like number one or something?
when
Is
it
it ranked in
comes
the like
to
the top?
yeah, when it comes to violence or people like their what they call their death toll when they're counting and got to give these numbers out and all that, their death toll has been rising by the years. Now in January, soon as the year started, I said, all right, I'm going to be working with the human coalition for the rights of the prisoners, and I keep going on that page, and I was like, yo, hold up, I got to catch up. So the first somebody got unalived, then the second, then the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, all the way to the like the 28th. So every day I'm saying, yo, another one. This is
Yeah.
a young boy named such and such. Yo, this is a white guy named Blasey Blah. Here's a Spanish guy named such and such. Here's another white guy, another black guy, a 18-year-old, 40-year-old. Like, and a lot of them was getting unalived by their cellies. You know, like as soon as he get in the cell, his cellmate pour him out. Face shots, eye shots, neck, you know what I'm saying? Just overdoing it. And it's not that many officers there. So they can't do the regular count. They don't even do the count. And you know how important the count is in prison.
Yeah.
Like even if they do an emergency count, they rarely come through. Rarely.
I know we were short staffed up here for a while, and what they did was they basically kept us in the cell all day. They didn't let us out for record nothing for like months.
Wow. That's
Yeah, but I
mm,
mean, what was it like? Gang violence or something? Was it like
yeah,
gang? That's what it was.
yes. Yeah, like I reported about a black ghost face gangster, you know what I'm saying, which is a white gang, but he was a black dude in a white gang, and the Bloods poured him out like a couple weeks ago, took him off the map, and then they found some dude that came to the prison that I talked about the most, Valdosta State Prison. He got there, and in 12 days unalived. You know what I'm saying? And he had a short
Yeah.
sentence. He only had like 2 years, and he was coming down 12 days after they sent him there. He did not make it. Um, two guys, one had life, the other one had 20 years, and he done walked down 18 of them. So you know he feeling good. He ready to go home. His cellmate lit the mattresses on fire. They couldn't put them out, and they both died in that cell in the fire. You know what I'm saying? And they in there screaming once their flesh is getting burnt.
Yeah,
They in there
you can't
screaming,
go
help,
nowhere.
help, 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 help. And everybody kicking the door is blocking the sound for the CO to hear the help, help, because their helps is getting lower and lower. They're burning. They're in like they're in their personal little hell, and they're burning, and everybody kicking the door trying to get the officers' attention while they screaming help. Officers like, where, man, come on, y'all get out of it, and turned around twice. They said two of them, came in, turned around twice, and neglected them, and
What
they
caught
was
fire?
burning two mattresses.
Hey, I would have been if I was in there. I would have been trying to flood the cell. I
Yo,
would have been trying to
whoever
flood the toilet.
whoever did it, you know what I'm saying? And to me, I think maybe the lifer did it because the other one was about to go home. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
they're in there. I don't know if they was on some mind altering drugs though. They didn't say that. They just said that they was in the cell, and then one of them lit both of these mattresses, and they has them these type of fibers inside the mat that when
yeah.
they light, they start going off, and then
You
this
can't breathe.
plastic is so strong. Once it's a big fire, you can't touch it to try to put it out, and especially if it's two of them, you're done. And they said they might have already had kind of went out after a while because they kept opening their mouth while those toxins was going into their lungs, and that could have shut them down or whatever. And then they laid and fell in it or whatever the case may be. But
That's crazy.
both of them died. One got rushed to the hospital, but he ain't make it or whatever. Yep.
You know, like you said, the mats, the bids, they're made of plastic. So when they start burning, it's like that stuff it choke you out quick.
Exactly. That you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Like certain type of plastic stuff will start like flaming and just you see plastic little riddles going up in the air. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah, especially once it gets a strong blaze.
Were you ever there during a ride?
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes,
seen
yes.
I seen one ride. They had a ride down here at the jail, Washington County Detention Center. They had one ride, and they wouldn't let the COs come in. They trashed the tier. They busted the TV, and basically we were locked down for months. We couldn't come out the cell, and they gave all the
Yeah.
people that was involved like extra charges.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, what happened during
Excuse that
yours?
that whistle sound. That's like a T whistle. Hold on, I gotta turn it off.
Yeah, go ahead. You good? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Now my
making tea. Oh,
nah,
you making tea the old fashioned way in there.
nah, that I'm not making it. I'm not making it. Yo,
Oh,
I so like while it's quite a few people in here, we can do a check-in to see exactly where y'all tapping in from. Y'all put y'all city and state, you know what I'm saying, or whatever you repping. Go ahead and put it down there in the chat and let us know.
and if y'all don't mind, can y'all give us a like? We trying to put it out there. We trying basically what this stream is. We trying to tell the people is how prison really is for like people they ain't never been. People messing up. Cause I didn't know how prison was until I actually walked in there. And when you walk in there, you ain't got no God book. You ain't got no like how you should act. So you gonna get yourself in a
Exactly.
whole bunch of situations.
We got Florida in the building, Cali. You know what I'm saying?
Oklahoma.
California,
I was in Oklahoma for a minute there.
Santa Cruz, Australia, Georgia, Texas, Chicago, Boston. You know what I'm saying? Connecticut. Wow. New York.
Well, I went to prison for first degree assault, but they dropped it down to second degree assault. But I still had to go do time.
Wow.
Iran,
Mm.
you ain't hear no Iran. they got
Oklahoma,
the internet shut
Illinois.
off over there.
Is that Stockton, California? Stockton, Harlem, Jersey in the building. What up? What up? What up, Jersey? I what is this? That's supposed to be Fort Lauderdale or something. They just spelled it wrong. Okay, New Orleans. Okay, Philly, the Bull and Philly, Turkey, India, Philadelphia, New Zealand. Yo,
Philadelphia.
I like that. I like that. That's sounding about right. That's sounding about right, y'all. And if y'all haven't subscribed to his channel already, y'all might as well go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Y'all might as well go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Lock in with him. You know what I'm saying?
I got prison stories I tell from they're real life prison stories, like stuff that I went through in there. I turned it into each episode's a story, You know what I'm saying? And for mine, I put video in the background so y'all can actually see what goes on in it. But Miz, you do the same thing. You tell your
Yes,
stories. So
yes,
if
that's
y'all want
right.
to go ahead, if y'all want to hear the stories from his prison time, you want to give him your channel name?
Yeah, it's Big Miz from the zoo, but it's Big Miz FTZ. Big Miz from the zoo, and also county jail, prison, or chain gang. County jail, prison, or chain gang, or Big Miz from the zoo. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I got y'all every trip, and I'm going to be doing an exclusive video very soon. So y'all might wanna tap in with the boy. I might want to do that. But yo, didn't you have something for them?
Oh yeah,
Like some
yeah. I got I ain't gonna lie. Every time me and you come in here and we talk about prison, everybody in the chat think they know everything there is to know about prison. So I got like a little scenario, and I got like I'm gonna give y'all a scenario, and we got A, B, C, D answers, and whatever you think the answer is, we're gonna put you in the chat. So I'm gonna give y'all scenario number one. It's your first day in. You just got into your house unit. Everyone is watching you walk in. What do you do? Number A, shake everyone's hand. Number B, sit quietly and observe. C, act tough so nobody tests you. D, ask a lot of questions immediately.
and just put the letter in there, A, B, C,
Yeah.
or D. If y'all need to hear it again, let us know. I would
So
love to hear what they got to
so
say.
A is shake everyone's hand. B, sit quietly and observe. C, act tough so nobody tests you. D, ask a lot of questions immediately.
They throwing them bees in the chat. They're throwing them bees in the chat. Let me find out. Let me find out, y'all. Oh, somebody put a
I,
C. What is C?
act tough so nobody tests you. Eh, I
Yo,
don't
you
know what
you gonna get ripped.
I,
Go
I
ahead,
don't
go
know
ahead
what
and
kind
hit
of
me with
prison
that
time he's
touchdown
doing.
stuff. And what's hold up? What's A?
Shake everyone's hand. Go
Oh,
around the dorm and shake everybody's hand.
so you were good. You were extra good fella. You know what I'm saying? And really, that's a dangerous gang in Georgia.
Yeah, it
Goodfellas,
is.
the dangerous gang in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? And like sit, yes, sit quiet and use your eyes. That's the best thing that you have
Yeah, that's the
inside of
best
a chain
answer.
gang.
That was the answer. B was the answer. That was the right
That's right.
answer.
That's right. That's right. I
Because
feel like
the
C
first
is
impressions
good.
matter. Like how you introduce yourself, that's how everybody's gonna see you. If you go around shaking everybody's hand, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's extra friendly. He's too friendly."
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
My man said C at work if you like the size of Andre the Giant. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh,
come
yeah.
in
I
and go,
mean,
bro,
if you
move
can
your weight
handle
around. Yeah,
yourself,
if you almost like 8 feet tall, then, then,
but hey,
then
that
yeah.
don't matter though. You're going against a gang. They
Oh
don't
yeah,
fight fair in
yeah.
there.
Yo, man, I done heard it too many times. Like these 3 dudes, and they was skinny little dudes, and they would always be saying like, "Yo, anybody can get it. Even y'all big dude, we knock down trees too." I was
Yeah,
like, "Hmm." I was like, that sound crazy right there. Y'all knock down trees too. Okay. I mean,
I
so
ain't never heard that, but I like the way that sounds though.
yeah, like it's
There ain't no
official.
fair fights in there.
Yeah, that's a natural fact.
Hey, I don't know about you, but I know, like when I was in there running wild, I got jumped, and they got
Mm,
me good too. See, I was running the Crips, right? But I was in a pod when there was like me and one other guy in there. He was locked in,
mm,
and one of the BGF. I had a problem with the BGF. I gave him something, and he didn't give me what he was supposed to give me back when it was store day. So
mm,
I started wilding out. I started cussing, just acting a fool in the pod. So one of them, they came up. No, one of them was in front of me, and he was arguing with me. The other one came up behind me and swept
mm-hmm,
me off my feet, and they
mm.
stomped the shit out of me. I ain't gonna lie, they stomped the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm saying that it is what it is. You live to tell another tale, you know what I'm saying? To live
Yeah,
to
but see, I
another
wasn't
growth.
thinking. I wasn't thinking. I was just, I was
Yo,
just raging.
I'm not going front. As a rookie, me coming into like my first county jail in Jersey, yo, man, I was wild. And what made me sit down, bro, is one day I'm thinking I'm on demon time. So I'm going around looking, and then I picked this Caucasian dude that sitting there listening to his music. He rocking to his music, doing little push-ups. I'm like, man, yeah, I deflate all that. Like I'm going into the cell, and I thought that he had the music on, blasting it. Wrote me right on in. He like this, turned around, hit me, bow. I was like, oh. I'm like, this put it automatically had me put my hands up. Like he saved my life in there.
Yo,
I'm like,
you weren't ready for that? You weren't ready for it?
yo, it made
Yeah.
yo, if I could have, I would have shook his hand right then. like, yo, good looking, fam. All right, I'm gonna get with you. Like, but he
Yo, you
kept
can't judge.
swinging.
You can't judge people, yo.
Yeah,
You
he
can't
kept
judge
swinging.
people.
All I can do was block. He boom, boom, swinging all wild. But when I was blocking, I didn't really feel nothing. But the uppercuts, I felt. But all the rest of that stuff, he was just going crazy, pounding, doing all this stuff. And then some people came and grabbed me up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And was like, "Yo, don't mess with what they call him, Hawk or something like that." I'm like, "Hawk." I
They
said,
call him
"Why y'all
Hawk.
ain't tell?" Yeah, I'm like, "Why y'all ain't tell me about the bro? Why you ain't tell me about Buddy,
he
man?"
must
Like,
he must have been Bruce Banner at that time. He must have been
yo,
Bruce Banner, and you didn't know about the Hawk.
yeah, yo, to be for real, what I did, I underestimated him because he had an oversized T-shirt on. I couldn't see how big he was, you know what I'm saying, until I saw him the following day working out without it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, why was I trying
He
to?
was ripped.
But but his uh arms, his forearms and all that was small. But up here,
Yeah,
muscular, traps,
working out.
chest all big and all that. Like I didn't know. I ain't
The
know.
truth
I
about
must have
dropping the
overlooked
soap.
all that.
You want to know the truth about dropping the soap? You drop that soap, you leave it there because the jail shower and the prison shower is nasty. Tell them, Miz,
Yeah,
you go in there, you see like 7 bars of soap laying on the ground. Ain't
yeah,
nobody picking that up. Ain't
that's a
nobody
natural
picking that
fact.
up. It
Every
ain't because of no
size
booty
falls
bandit.
in there.
It's
Every
not because of
size
no booty
falls.
bandit.
And believe me, they got a person that works that detail that once we stop taking the showers, he's coming out to clean them.
Yeah.
And I mean,
But that
so
but that's the thing though. The COs, they give you like cleaning supplies, but like they dilute it so much where it's barely any cleaning supplies in there. They because they don't want you using it as a weapon.
mhm.
Like
I've seen that done
yeah, it's crazy.
so many times.
I mean,
That's
you
wild.
go in there and the shower still smell like a porta potty. Like it's disgusting. It really is. You
Yeah,
get
for
trying to
real.
hurry and hold my nose washing off in there. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy work right there, man.
You
Like
got it got that
you can
mildew smell.
you can catch mad stuff in these prisons. And honestly, I had got sent to what is it called? Atlantic County, and that's in Atlantic City, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? They sent me from Bronson County to Atlantic County, and I went through their booking process for like 2 days. I had to sleep in a holding cell. They brought us mats inside the holding cell, you know what I'm saying, and processing. Once I got to the dorm, I walked in and the dorm was like real warm feeling, real warm. And I was like, dang, it got a funny, like almost like a hospital smell in here or something. I was like, yo, what the? So I'm going to my cell. It's a 3-man cell. And I'm in the middle. One was at the top, the other one was all the way at the bottom, so they wouldn't be near each other with the 3-man. And then I go into the middle and I'm asking him about the dorm. And he said, oh, so where's your ointment and stuff? I was like, what you talking about my ointment? Like I automatically got on defense. I then stood up, boom. I was like, yo, what you talking about? He was like, I'm saying they put you in the dorm with everybody that got scabies. So where's your ointment to keep up with your stuff, man? And he was like, look at my arms. And he had boils going all up his arm around
Oh
his
hell
neck.
no!
The
Wow,
other
that
one came from under the cover and he had some stuff going down the side of his face. And I was like, yo, hold up. Boom, 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 boom. they clicking the door. Clack, 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 clack. I pushed the door
Oh,
open. I went to the booth like, yo, this a scabies door? The guy's
ain't
like,
scabies
what?
like contagious? Ain't that contagious?
Yes, yes. That's why they was all together. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, y'all gotta get me up out of here. They were like, oh, you gonna have to wait on the Sarge, man. He was like, but you got scabies, right? So you gotta stay with. I was like, I don't got nothing. I got transferred from Bronson County Jail, man. I don't know these cats or none of that. And then one dude is laying out on the big floor or whatever, like what they call out in the park. You know what I'm saying? He's out in the park laying there. And he was like, man, most of us, man, we from under the bridge. No, under the boardwalk. I was like, yeah,
Oh yeah,
y'all live under the board? He was like, yeah, man. Majority of us over here, yeah, man. I was like, man, yeah, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And they went and put me into a whole nother pod, man. So
that's
yeah, that
crazy.
stuff is dangerous, catching different type of diseases and things of that nature. Like that's a no go.
I remember it wasn't no scabies or nothing, but like you couldn't be like the first person that did that to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How about that? Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a
Go
minute.
ahead. But I remember even like just doing tattoos. Like I got a lot of tattoos. I got all this covered up, all my arms, all this. I remember I was doing tattoo work on myself, and
Mm-hmm.
I had my little all my tools or whatever, and I was doing my chest, and I forgot what a part of me it got infected. I forgot what it was called. It's that one when you don't clean your stuff good or whatever. Uh,
Staff,
yeah, I caught staph from not cleaning it because I didn't have nothing to clean the
the
needle
wound.
good.
Oh, the
Yeah,
needle.
yeah, I didn't have nothing to clean it good, and I caught staph. I had to go to the nurse, and man, it got bad because I at first I thought it was just a little cut, but then it looked like it was like rotten on the inside. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
you can push it in and it feel like jelly. Like
Man, it started. It'd be like it started turning into like a cut, and it'll be like it's eating. It's like got a crater. Like it's just getting farther and farther. It's like something eating at you, basically.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I can dig it. I can dig it.
But
Whoa,
but
whoa.
you know that's why you use your shower shoes when you go in the shower. You don't go in there barefooted. And you know I use the shower shoes. I put them on the toilet seat because I don't want to be sitting on the toilet. You got like 1,000 asses to been on that toilet, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Everybody doesn't wash themselves that good. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
remember a couple
that's a
people we had
fact.
to force to get in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Because they were stinking up the pod real bad.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy work right there. That's crazy work. You got another scenario question for these people because I know they ready for
Oh yeah,
one.
yeah. I got one. All right. Scenario two: someone asks where you from, and they may ask where you from. A, you ignore them. B, you lie about where you're from. C, you answer calmly and respectfully. Or D, you ask why he wants to know.
Hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna go through it again. Someone asks you where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
A, you ignore him. B, you lie about where you're from. C,
Yeah.
you answer calmly and respectfully. Or
Mm-hmm.
D, you ask him why he wants to know.
Hmm. Yo, y'all go ahead and spam that answer in the chat. What would y'all do? A, B, C, or D? Which one?
And if y'all get a moment, could y'all hit that like button so we can get out there a little bit? We try to talk about prison to inform
C,
people.
C, D,
Boys, a
D,
lot of C's and
C.
D's.
Yeah, C
I
and
ain't, I,
D.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this answer's got like two. Like I feel like it's got two. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see
Yeah.
nothing wrong with D. I don't see nothing wrong with that. What are you gonna say? What do you say, Miss?
Um,
You want me to go
I
through it again?
probably, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit me with it again.
Okay. Someone asked you where you're from. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? A, you ignore him. B, you lie about where you're from. C, you answer
C,
calmly.
C.
and
C.
respectfully, or
C.
D, you ask him why he wants to know.
C. I'm gonna answer calmly and respectfully. I'm from such and such. It might have some oomph to it, but I'm gonna tell
Okay,
them, "Yo, I'm from Jersey. I'm not gonna tell you what block, what city. We ain't doing all that. If you want to know extra, then
I
I'll
feel
probably be
like
like, why do you know?
C or D would be a right answer. I feel like you can't go nothing wrong with D. Like you know what I'm saying? Why you want to know? Who you? You know what I'm saying?
That can start it though. That
I
can
mean, it can
start it.
start it, but you, why you coming up and asking me where I'm from? Where you from?
Hmm. But
I mean,
just those
but
words together,
if you want to stay out of trouble, and you know, if you want to stay out of trouble, that would be the right answer to answer calmly and respectfully. But if
yeah.
you about that life and you know you don't care, and you gonna stand on all 10 toes, I go D.
Like my thing is like if I was choosing to talk to somebody, we watching TV and this cat been sitting next to me for like 25 minutes and I hear him saying, damn round, yo, this that and this, Woody, all this stuff. And I look, I'm probably gonna be like, yo, where you from? You know what I'm saying? Not with no different type of attentions, just knowing that he has a different dialogue or dialect. I'm gonna ask him where he from, and he might be like New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
from this place or that place, the Noya. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Like so,
I ain't gonna lie. I remember this had really happened to me. I remember I'm in the county jail. Everybody's out there for rec. I'm just getting into my cell. It's not my time for rec. It's they will let out the top tier out, and then while they're out, the bottom tier had to be locked in. So the
mhm,
bottom tier, we're locked in. I remember a whole bunch of bloods. They came up to my, I got tattoos and stuff all over me. So they're already going. They're like, "What gang you from?" So it
yeah,
was a whole bunch of bloods at my door, and they're like, they trying to G check me, like, "Where you from?" Just trying to figure out. Well, and they're coming pretty aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So not everybody's gonna come respectfully. I mean, if you come disrespectful to me, I'm coming back. Cause at the end of the day, I don't care if there's like five of y'all out there. What y'all gonna do to me? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But start hitting each other after a while. You gotta know how to be moving when cats is trying to jump you. But if they're in a small place, don't get low where they can go ahead and just stomp your head like a pumpkin. Like
Yeah.
keep it where you're right around their waist area so they swing and doing all this. You can't do that from all angles. They're gonna be hitting each other and
Oh,
everything. You know what I'm saying?
okay. You ever watch baseball?
Yeah, I've seen some
You
baseball.
ever see you know what I'm about to say?
No, no, no.
You ever see somebody a pitcher throw a baseball and he winds it up with his leg up like that and when he about to throw? I seen somebody get behind somebody and like wind up a punch, put his leg all the way out, and like he throwing a baseball and hit that dude right in the head.
I'm saying,
And
did
then
he
they
cause
then they just
damage?
jumped him. Yeah, the
Oh,
damage. He winded it up right behind him. The dude didn't see nothing coming. He's got his leg up. He winded it up, pulled his full force into that hit,
wow.
and then they jumped him afterwards, stomped him.
That's crazy. Yo, that is crazy work
And
right
matter of
there.
fact, it was a civilian, and then it was BGF. I'm telling you, the BGF. If you from Baltimore down here and you go to prison or jail, you're gonna be repping BGF. That's all they do down there. They
Yo,
be
they
coming
probably
from
don't know
Baltimore.
what BGF stand for.
Black Gorilla Family. It's a gang. It's all over. It's all over America. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got GDs. Like GDs, there ain't that many GDs down here where I'm at in Maryland on the East Coast. Like we had one GD in there. He ran with us. He ran with the Crips. You know what I'm saying? If you go to where you is, you got a whole bunch of GDs out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It depends on where you at.
Yeah,
It,
that's
it really just it depends on where you're at, what how the gangs look.
in Georgia. They have it's a lot of them to be recognized inside the Georgia Department of Corrections, but it probably yeah. Matter of fact, it probably would go them the Bloods at the top, and then you got the GDs and the Muslims, or it might be Muslims before them, and then GDs, and then Crips,
For
and then
for what?
like Ghostface.
For
and
what?
GF in numbers.
Nah, the Crips got the most number out of everybody. We you crazy? The
Not
biggest
not
gang
down
in
there.
the biggest gang in America is the Crips.
Yeah, but not in the Georgia Department of Corrections. They don't got numbers.
Oh, I mean, where you are, I thought you meant as a, I thought you meant the
As a
whole
whole.
USA.
Oh nah.
Oh, okay.
Only there. Only there have I seen it that disproportioned. You know what I'm saying? And like what's fair
Oh,
in
see,
numbers?
I can't say
What
that. The one guy he said Muslims are not a gang, but they kind of is though. In prison, Muslims are kind of a gang. I like they're not supposed to be a gang, but they kind of are their own little entity. You know what I'm saying? You're a Muslim. Miz is a Muslim. We how you speak on that? Tell
Yo,
the truth. Tell the truth.
I talked to the lieutenant yesterday, and she was breaking down gangs, right? And she was like, and the Muslims. Well, I was like, why did you say that though? And she was like, because that's an organization. I'm gonna say. I was like, nah, it's not an organization. I was like, matter of fact, when they call for church call for people to walk out for church call,
It's
do y'all
Muslims.
say
Yeah.
that's an organization right there too? She was like, nah. I was like, so don't do that. Like, but due to the fact that they don't start nothing inside the prisons, they don't
Yeah.
start nothing, but
But I don't.
they finish kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. But that's kind of like have you? Okay, it's a hard thing to explain. But if you're in there and you go in a pod and you're like, okay, what are the games I need to be worried about? They're gonna be like, okay, the Bloods is over there. They got that phone. The Crips is over there. Or the Muslims they got back there. You know what I'm saying? They're not a gang, okay? But they're. I'm not gonna say they're a gang, but they're an organization. How's that sound? Does
mm,
that sound better?
who? So who?
I'm saying
So,
does that fit it?
um, if they're detaching, I guess Muslims from the jail and being inside of their programs as going to a service and all that, then it would
Yeah,
be an
it's a religion.
organization.
It's a
But
religion. It's not a
they
gang.
have a
But
service there and everything.
yeah, but I'm saying though they work as their own entity. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like,
Like
yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
if they didn't have a service and it's no call for everybody to go out to listen to somebody give a sermon and stuff like that and be preaching and stuff and praying and all that, then yeah, of course I would be like, yo, this is a gang all the way around. You know what I mean? But
You
it
know,
depends on the places.
yeah, it depends on places. You know, okay, they got the Muslims, but do you also got there's Christians in there to do the prayer circles, right? You never see the Christians like you know what I'm saying walking around as a unit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just doesn't
Well,
happen.
they
There was
keep
one
a
time
eye
a guy
on
tried to do that.
situations.
A,
Hmm.
a guy tried to make the Christians into a gang at the jail I was at. It didn't work out though. You know what I'm saying? Because how could it? But
Yo,
I ain't gonna lie though.
that's
The way
diabolical.
this is the way I think though. The Muslims they take a lot of people that drop out of gangs. Like if somebody's a blood and they get in trouble and they got a hit on them, the Muslims might open their arms out to them. But when they come into the Muslims, they don't lose that the way they were acting like a blood. You know what I'm saying? They bring that to the Muslims. You know what I'm saying? So that's why some get a bad rep.
Yeah.
That's like
And
what
you
you were saying
saying
the
that
other
they
day.
got two
You
hearts.
were talking about this.
Yeah. And they say
Yeah,
they
you said
come
oh,
to the foes with two hearts and that
yeah.
it's not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work. You gotta be if you're gonna be in it, you need to be in it for the right reasons. And I ain't gonna lie, I seen a lot of Muslims. I seen the E-Man. E-Man is basically the Muslim leader of the whole compound. I seen him work out like he stopped wars, fights. You know, they good people. I ain't never really seen Muslims in there extorting people, unless it was like a like a couple of bad people, but
Yeah.
not them as a whole. They don't do that. You got bloods be in there extorting people For real. You
That's
got
their
Chris in there being
trademark.
storing people. And BGF.
That's yo, that's crazy work. And they don't like I've never heard of a member of the Black Gorilla family being in Georgia, period.
Never?
And not one. Not one. And if they were, they never said it. They didn't care to say it because they
That's
didn't want to
crazy.
mix up with nobody.
Cause up here, they're like the biggest. And I mean, they're like the biggest up here. It got so bad that the Crips and the Bloods had to tie flags because the BGF they had the drugs on lock. They were making all the money, and when you're making all the money, they sitting around there. They buying all the shanks off the tier. They telling people, hey, if you want to get high, bring me a shank, and I'll give you some. I'll give you some K2. So everybody was sitting there bringing their weapons over there because so they had a hold on all the weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. 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 How do the people of Spanish descent, like the Mexicans or the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans,
Oh,
stuff like that?
MS-13.
That's who y'all had there.
Yeah, MS-13. And I ain't gonna lie, I they barely got any situations because nobody messes with the MS-13s. Nobody, because I ain't gonna lie, everybody's scared of them because they ain't fighting and like they gonna go dumb crazy with the knives, like swords. They're gonna go
Mm.
dumb stupid. Like don't nobody want no smoke with them. I ain't gonna lie. I
About
was in Maryland, Hagerstown. That's the
mhm.
prison I went to. RCI and MCTC.
Mm.
I'm talking about that. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
He's
yeah.
talking about Georgia, Miz.
And so that's what somebody's asking. I can't really see this chat.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Somebody said, what state is this about? But we just
Yeah,
talking about prisons in general.
exactly. But most of my content when
Oh,
I talk prison content is going to be about Georgia, the chain gang, definitely.
the the Latin Kings. They weren't heavy down here where I'm at. It was only MS-13. But it depends on where you're at. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They could have been, but I just didn't know about it because I rarely ever talked to them. All I know is when the Crips or anybody was talking about, they would say MS-13. They wouldn't say Lat Kings. They be MS. All
Mhm.
over the walls, you got MS. You got all over people's face. MS-13, 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 all over.
Yeah, I saw the big M and the
Hey,
13. You know what I'm
and I
saying?
did hear about
Look
this
right
though.
here.
In order to get MS on your face, like you gotta have you can't you can't be a nobody with that. In order to get that on your face, you gotta be a somebody. That's what I heard. Y-
I would hope so. I would hope you got everything covered because
Yeah, you can you
you're
can't
not
be
doing
like
nothing beneficial in the world with that on your face, like big
you can't
letters
yeah
like that.
you can't just join and be like, oh, I'm gonna rep my gang. I'm gonna try to mascot it or whatever. Because if they find out you got that and you ain't put in no work, you ain't earned it. I think you gotta get permission to get it for real. To be honest with you.
Mm. It sounds about right because you don't want them to come to take it back. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
wherever
yeah, you
you
don't
got
want
it
them to take
with.
it back. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you don't
will
want them
though.
to come and take it back.
Nah, for real, they will take it back. I remember when I was in there, the only gangs that were beefing at the time. I mean, the Bloods and the Crips had flags tied, but we weren't really at war with it. It was only like small matters. It wasn't the whole thing wasn't a war. But I know the skinheads. What do you call it? It's a white gang. DMI. Uh, DMI. Dang, what did that stand for? DMI. Dead Man Incorporated. Yeah, Dead
Yeah.
Man Incorporated. They were at war with the skinheads, the people that shaved their heads. So the DMIs ran. They had a spot at the prison, and if you were a skinhead and you came, they would send you out. The staff wouldn't let you stay at all because they know what's going to happen to you.
You know, so they
Aryan
separated them
Brotherhood.
by dorms.
Aryan Brotherhood. That's what they called it. Aryan Brotherhood.
Aryan Brotherhood. ABs. The
Yeah,
ABs, yeah.
ABs. That's what they were calling ABs, Aryan Brotherhood. But they were at war with each other.
Say yeah, the ABs, Aryan Brotherhood. That's a check. Yo, you yeah, it looked like the numbers done flipped again. Yo, do us a favor and double tap that screen at the top. Y'all tap that
Yeah, we
screen to
we
get
trying
these
to put
likes
out a
up a little
message,
bit.
y'all. Like, help us out. We new channels. You know, we put out the prison content to help the ordinary person that ain't never been to prison. We just some old convicts talking. You know, we ain't
So
glorifying prison. We just
not at
informing.
all. Not at
Just
all.
informing.
I bring forth the awareness of the dangers inside of the Georgia Department of Corrections. And due to the fact that throughout my life, I did over like 15 years in and out of jails and did 2 prison stints. Like I bring forth a different insight because I've been in 5 different states and did time. So like my understanding and my knowledge behind the wall is different. I got a lot of different logics and a lot of different ways to walk of different jails and stuff. So I just try to inform people, man, so they don't do nothing stupid outside in these streets and find themselves in somebody's county jail, prison, or chain gang, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. And I remember when I first got to prison. I said this earlier, but there might be some new people in the chat. When I first got to prison, I had to learn everything the hard way, and like I got a lot of incidents, like a lot. Like I got my jaw broken in there. Like I was taking all fades. I got my jaw broken, everything, man. Like
Mm.
I was in the hole so many times, man. And plus, yeah, I was a part of organization, so I got sent on missions and all that dumb stuff, you know. But I basically, if I would have known half the stuff that I know now, I would have been good. So like, I want to put that out there for people, like, so you know it. You might never think that you're gonna go to prison or jail, but if
Hold
you
on,
ever
let me
do,
answer.
you'll
Let
know
me answer
something. You
this
know
cat
what I'm
real
saying?
quick. Let me answer this cat real quick. He said, "Where
Okay.
was I at other than Georgia? I did time in New Jersey. I did time in PA. I did time in North Carolina, St. Louis, and in Georgia. Yep. I've been to too many county jails, maybe like 16 different county jails. And in Philadelphia, I went through the roundhouse through CFCF. Then they sent me on State Road to do my time in the House of Corrections. And then I also was in Durham, North Carolina, when I used to drive through the states. I got caught up, you know what I'm saying, at a McDonald's watching the fight. They locked me up with the stuff
Cumberland.
that I had in the car and put me in the county in
That's where I'm at
Durham.
right now. I'm in Cumberland.
No, Durham. Who said Cumberland?
Nah, he said I've been to Cumberland Supermax. That's where I'm at right now. Cumberland.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Cumberland Supermax.
Yeah, right down the
Chicago.
street. It's like a little town down there. It's got the Supermaxes down there. Now where I'm from
Word to
Hagerstown,
God.
Maryland. That's where I went to my prison. It's like the medium up there. That's where I did my time. My homies are down here at the max.
Mm.
My big homie and all that down there.
So the Rikers first. Yeah, that's a natural fact. And go to Rikers first. I remember used to hearing about C-74 a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like coming in through the adolescence dorm in C-74 used to be biting back in the day and all that. I don't know which pod or dorm or tier be
Uh,
jumping now, but I used to always hear about C-74 and people getting a buck 50 going across their joint, all different kind of ways. You get a buck 50. You know what I'm saying? That's just 150 stitches or staples to bring your face back together after somebody pull that razor out and eat your face.
yeah,
So yeah.
but basically that's to send a message. So anybody that sees that person's face, they know what happened. You know, they know why that happened. And look, big homie, that's just a name. I don't make this. I didn't make these names. Like when you get to prison, you're gonna have to learn this stuff.
It says, where was you at in New Jersey? I went to Middlesex County in Jersey, Union County, in Jersey, Burlington County in Jersey, Camden County in Jersey, Atlantic County in Jersey. Yeah, those right there.
I was locked up in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I
In
did time in
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville. Yeah, I did time in Fayetteville. I used to live down in Fayetteville, where the Fort Bragg is, the military base. But
Fayetteville.
I did my big time down here in Hagerstown, Maryland.
I'm from Monmouth County. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yo, and you know how we were saying that prison and jail, depending on where you at, is different. In North Carolina, they have outside areas like in their pods. They got little box areas. You can walk outside and like you can look up in the sun, like the sky. You up here in Maryland, we didn't have none of that. And in North Carolina, in their cells, you got a button you can push to talk to the CO. We don't have that up here in Maryland either. Some places are different.
Cat said he from Michigan. He from Michigan. Where at in Michigan? You from where DDG from? Or you from Detroit? Where Sada Baby and them from?
It's starting to be nice out here today. It's in blue skies, man. Blue
That is
skies.
MG from their gangs. New Zoo. New Zoo. But y'all look, while y'all in here, can y'all please double tap that screen? Just hit the like button at the top of the page, you know what I'm saying, to help us out. Do that for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Let's get these numbers up. And please go
Yeah,
subscribe to his channel. If y'all haven't already subscribed to the channel,
it's
go ahead and knock that out. Just hit the button. That's dumb free. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And you can go, what's
Never
up?
mind. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All
My
right,
bad.
and you can go to Big Miz from the Zoo. That's Big Miz FTZ, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And on county jail, prison, or chain gang. Remember that, y'all. County jail, prison, or chain gang, or Big Miz from the Zoo, FTZ. I mean, look it up and subscribe to the channel. Y'all check out what I got. You know what I'm saying on there. I got some crazy stories for y'all, man, and everything is real. That's what we're pushing. Real stories,
Yeah,
real information. It's not glorifying nothing. We come on here and we talk about things with substance and things that happen, things you need to be aware of and watch out about. Because I want to make sure you give yourself a chance out here in these streets, man. So you don't have
yeah,
to go
yeah.
into somebody's jail, bro. Real
And
talk.
I will say one thing. When I was in there, yeah, I was running with a gang. I was a part of the Crips. But would I tell anybody to join a gang? Hell no. Do not join a gang. Because you know what joining a gang is? It's basically taking orders from somebody else. If somebody else is fighting over something petty, like some noodles or some chips, that could turn into your problem. You know what I'm saying? You might be trying to get home to see your kids or something. You don't want to run up your time. You stab somebody over a pack of noodles. That's basically what it is, though. You taking orders. You taking orders from people. I mean, it's
Yeah,
got its goods and it's got its negatives. Some people join for protection, but even when you join for protection, you got to put in work, and people can smell. They can smell the fear and stuff. They can know if you joining for protection. What they
yeah,
say, real recognize
that's a
real.
natural fact.
Yeah, real recognize real.
That is a natural fact, man. I mean, I don't want nothing that I saw the two times that I went down the road, anything that I saw, I wouldn't want like even the people in the chat, I don't know them from a can of paint, but I wouldn't want none of them to go through anything that I went through there. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
one day. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully y'all take heed to this stuff. If you already been down before, y'all know what it's hitting for. You know what I'm saying? Like remember that toothpaste on the back of the pictures and putting it on the wall. Remember that, or under the bunk. You looking under your bunk at your loved
yeah.
ones. You like, come on,
I
come
you know
on.
sometimes I'll be coming outside and I'll be sitting here looking out into like the sky and I'll be sitting there like thinking back on the times I was in there, just sitting on the metal toilet listening to everybody scream. I remember one time I got into a fight with an old man. Like I'm talking about this guy looked like Bill Cosby. He was
Mm,
old. I just moved into the pod and he was my cell buddy. and everything was good in there. You know, he didn't have a lot, but at the time I was selling Suboxone, you know, and he had a habit. He liked that K2. So he thought every time that I had stuff on me that I was entitled to share it with him to get high. And it caused problems because he'd be petty. He would, man, this man got mad because I didn't get him high. So he turned his TV so I couldn't see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the cell and he turning his TV so I can't see it. And he's like, don't watch my shit. I'm like, man, what are you talking to? Man, he started fighting in there.
That's crazy work.
And he always tell
And
me, he was like, man, I play fair. Every time I cook a hookup, I be sharing it with you. I'm like, man, that shit costs like $4. You want drugs that cost like hundreds of dollars. You want me to share that with you because you sharing a little gas station food with me. That don't add up.
yeah, I'm saying he was supposed to be counting your pockets anyway.
Man, he
And
was. He was, man.
and to be for real, it takes time before, like, if you got something illegal on you and you come into a cell with somebody, you gotta watch them for a minute before you even pull anything out at any time. You gotta see how they
Yeah,
move
but
and how
you
they coming, and then go
yeah,
surprise them.
I
Like,
learned that. Cause this is when I first got to doing my time. I was reckless. Like I let my cell buddy know certain things that now I wouldn't. I know better. You know, you don't let your cell buddy, anybody, know anything about you. Don't even let them know your family, who you talk to, because the day that you go out there and get in trouble and get sent to the hole, he gonna go through your property and get your phone numbers to your family. He gonna be calling your girl and be like, "Hey, Crom said send me $200 cash app. He said he needs me to do something with it." The whole time you ain't saying nothing. He just trying to get as much money he can. Oh yeah, Crime, he be in here talking to other girls and stuff too. What's up with me? You want to talk to me? He be trying to take your girl, all that, man. They dirty. You can't trust
yo,
nobody. At the end of the day,
you
it's
know what's
crazy, man.
what's crazy? I had this little younger dude that used to always come into my cell or whatever because he knew that I had a lot of magazines, like hip hop magazines and stuff like that. He'll come through and just be sitting there. And this one time I was waiting on a jack to come through for me. You know what I'm saying? They called me downstairs. I go and get it. Boom. Now I put it on me. I'm like, Dad, that young boy in there. I don't even want to break out the phone. I'm about to tell him to get out. Right. But I come up there and he read and he was like, yo, dang, so you know him for real? This is and I was like, man, I'm gonna let him chill, man. So I'm like, yeah, yeah. I started telling him a story about the person that he was looking at. And man, I break out this phone. He looking, and I asked him, I was like, yo, you want to use it? He said, yeah. And he started talking to this girl on the regular coming through on my phone. And then he got transferred, right? And one day I'm just sitting there, I'm messing with the phone or whatever, and then I get a text say, I'm about to call you. I was like, you about to call me? Who is this? What number is it? Boom, the thing is ringing. I'm like, hello. And then she's saying, where is homeboy at or whatever? And I said, oh, he got transferred last Thursday or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's TNT every Tuesdays and Thursdays you get transferred. And he was gone. He was long gone. And she was like, oh, I like, yeah, you got to look on the website, put his EF number in there or his GDC number and see exactly where he landed at. Get off the phone with her. When I go eat, go to chow, come back, get to my phone. She was like, can I call you? Can I call you back and speak to you? I need to ask you a question. What you think I did? What do you think I did?
When you start talking to her,
I said, what you want to ask me? She was like, I would rather speak to you. And I was like, all right, call. And she
yo, I'm
was
about
like,
to kick Jesus up out of the chat, man. Stop
who?
trolling, Jesus. Jesus, you trying to use the God's name as a troll? You better get up out of here.
Yeah, go ahead and like drop a buffer on him, put him on the door. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and put a fan motor inside of a
uh,
pillowcase and whack him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like
you don't want to get
all
hit with
that.
the fan motor, yo. Yo, you get hit with the fan motor, you gone, yo. You done. You just see him, you blacking out.
Yeah. All you hear is that fire. Then it's over
Now
with.
we
You know what I'm
know
saying?
jail ain't cool. What do you think we over here talking about it? We telling y'all our situations. You might have just came in the chat. We're telling you our situations to
Mhm.
let y'all know how bad it is. Because when we first got there, we didn't know how bad it was going to be. But we figured if people knew this in advance, maybe they wouldn't make the decisions they do. Or if you do get in trouble, you won't go in there and get beat up or look dumb. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll know a little something. I don't know.
Exactly. Like my
We're
trip.
not glorifying nothing.
Yeah, my trip to prison both times was terrible. Terrible. I had too many fights. I was tired of fighting cats. I had to go and have plenty standoffs. Went to a war twice. You know what I'm saying? I fought with officers, lost. You know what I'm saying? I got caught in a riot. They said that I incited a riot. Got lumped up, eyes closed,
Then you get
splits.
charged for that.
Oh, my teeth was chipped and cut out. You know what I'm saying?
Then you get
Now,
charged for
now,
that.
yeah, they wrote me up for it, but then they said that I beat it. You know what I'm saying? When they came into the hole and was watching me heal up, it was like, all right, you beat the charge. Do you want to come out? Or are you gonna be a good boy? And I was like, what? Like, so going down the road or to these county jails, chain gangs, prison, penitentiary, whatever, man, it's not cool at all. I didn't feel cool there. I
Nah,
felt helpless there. All
I
I
did
can
too,
do is
yo.
ask for stuff. I can't say nothing. I can't be demanding. Be like, oh no, you better do that. All they gotta do is hang up. You're done. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, if
Like,
you go in there acting tough and you want that smoke, you gonna find it, and you ain't gonna be able to beat everybody. And they don't play fair in there. Like
oh
honestly, they
yeah,
don't.
that's a fact.
And I see a lot of people. Yeah, I was running with a gang, and once you in the gang, you there for life. Like you there for life. If I get locked up today, I'll be back there doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to change my life. That's why I try to do this. I try to steer. I'm trying to do the family thing.
They
If
said
that's
finish the story with Shorty on the phone. I got y'all
oh, go ahead,
after you
finish it.
done.
You
Nah,
want to finish
nah,
it?
finish what you were saying.
But yeah, if I got locked up today, I'll be back there doing the same dumb stuff I was doing back then. You know what I'm saying? Once you that forever. But I'm trying to do the family thing. I'm not no little no, just coming into this, I gotta prove something. I already put in my work. I already proved that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change the community. I don't want my kid to get locked up and go through the things I had to go through. And I don't want your kids or anybody else's kids to get locked up and go through that. I seen
That's
people that could have been like teachers, like your next door neighbors in there getting beat up, extorted by young dudes, YNs.
mm-hmm.
Like that stuff, it ain't cool. But they doing
Not
it
at all.
because they ain't got nothing else.
Not at all. Not at all. Look, let me jump in and finish this little situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She I called, I picked up the phone, said, what's up? She asked where homeboy was, and then I gave her that information. Once I hung up, I went to Chow, came back. She texted she wanted to ask me something. We went back and forth for a second, but then she called. And I was like, yo, what's up? She was like, where are you from? And I told her I'm from Jersey. And she was like, what are you doing locked up in Georgia? And me and her started talking from that point. Now, I had a couple, I think I had like 2.5 more years to go. So me and her got cool. And I was asking her, like, yo, you talked to homeboy? Did you come? And she was like, to be for real, I talked to him a couple times. He was using somebody else's phone, but I don't got enough money to pay $800 or something for him a phone. And I like talking to you. And I was like, hey, that's kind of crazy because she was taking up some time when I ain't doing nothing. Kicking it with her, she sounded cute as I don't know what. And then when I saw a picture of her, this girl was banging. She was live as I don't know what. But I knew that she wasn't a keeper for me because how I met her through somebody else. She was dealing with somebody else in the jail and everything. And actually, when I got to the next prison, I saw old boy. You know what I'm saying? I still had a jack and I was talking to her and I let him know about it. And me and him stopped kicking it for real. Like we was cool for a minute, playing basketball with each other and all that. But I can feel the hate. You know what I'm saying? And it was what it was. I told her like that ain't my girl. And you can talk to her on the phone. He like, nah, man, forget her, man. She a whole slore. He called her a hoe and a whore. Like she a whole slore. I was like, hi, I can dig it. I mean, but she's cool with me to this day though. When I got out of prison, I was kicking it with her, and this is over 15 years. Me and her still cool. I mean, and I ain't never messed with her. When I got out, I ain't go looking for her so I can go ahead and beat it down. I was good. I mean, what they talking about? What's going on?
Said if what if you not in a gang and you on domestic violence, will they still give you a problem? Yo, I ain't gonna lie, like 80% of people locked up is over some domestic violence. A lot of people
Yeah,
locked up is over some toxic relationships. So they don't domestic violence ain't a really big thing where I'm from, at least, because there's so
yeah, a
many
lot of
people in
people,
there.
a lot of people got those type of stories. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to how old was the lady that you hit, or this, that, and that, and it got more sauce to it, you be like, nah, she was like 80 something. I broke into there and hit her and all that.
Oh
Then they
yeah,
gonna be
that
looking
now
at
something
you
like that.
uh, a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Or if it was, yeah, you was fighting with your girl and just beating her down, but there was more to it, where you got extra charges, where it say child endangerment and all this stuff of a child, you know what I'm saying? Then
Yeah, then niggas start to get bad.
yeah,
If it got
then you
anything
gotta
to do,
start to talking.
yeah, if it got anything to do with a kid, you better try to hide your paperwork, but you can't really because anybody can look you up. So I ain't gonna lie, you got anything to do with a child, you better go PC, protective custody. But like domestic violence, it ain't really that big of a thing. But like he was saying, now if it's an old lady, if you dating old women or like it's some really crazy stuff, like you beating her up with a belt, making her like sleep in a dokin or something like that, then you might have a problem. But if it's just some random, toxic relationship, they ain't really stressing that because a
Not
lot
at
of people are
all.
locked up for that.
Not at all. And people go in and out of jail with domestics, in and out of jail. You go through your preliminary hearing, then go to your next court date. They were like, "Oh, she dropped the charges. We were letting you out on an RR on your own recognizance. This, that, and this. You got to pay this, that," and then they started doing all that. You be like, "Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
out of here." Like,
yo, this is what they don't tell you though. Some of them females, they all they got to do is have an accusation. You probably didn't even do nothing. If they say you did something, you still gonna get charged with it because you got to prove that you're innocent. Like that happens because you got
yes,
some women that are jealous, toxic. Like there's a side to every story. You know what I'm saying?
mm, 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 mm. Believe me, it is. Believe me, it is. Do you got another question for them?
Um,
Or
hold
you
on.
ran out?
Somebody just asked, "Are you brothers are working rather able to find work?" To be honest with you, I can't find work nowhere. I got tattoos all over my face. Ain't nobody hiring me. I'm gonna have to like get on some labor, like you know what I'm saying, some one of those outdoor jobs. But I got a bad
And
leg too, so
and honestly, like if in fact I was working at the type of jobs that I usually work at, you know what I'm saying, office jobs and stuff like that, any of those corporations that I choose to work with, I wouldn't be, and I wouldn't feel comfortable saying where I worked and stuff like that. But at this
yeah.
time, no, I am not working, but I'm bringing in some type of income.
But I ain't gonna lie, being incarcerated has held me back from jobs and like making dumb choices, like having tattoos on my face. Man, don't nobody want to hire you if you got tattoos on your face, especially if you got gang tattoos. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I ain't when back when I got all this, I didn't even care about getting out. It's stupid to sound, but I wasn't in my right state of
You can just
mind.
put the CDLs. You can just do RT1. I don't know what that is right there.
Archie one.
Stop me from being
Oh, CDL.
hired.
We talking about CDL?
Yeah, the other one, the one under it.
Driver solution.
No, it was like
Driver solution is free.
no, you can just do YT YouTube, because if that's
Oh,
so, then yeah, yes. And once, like, this is why we getting on these platforms. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. All right, this man right here is bringing a message. This man right here is bringing a message. You know what I'm saying? So no, if you see him posting something or coming live crime, you know that it's going to be talking about something that deal with trying to stay away from prison or we're going into the situations that we've been through. Now, sometimes we might smile about it or whatever, but not giggling and laughing and playing about it at all. Because we're
Yeah.
telling y'all experiences, and some of these experiences, I'm leaving out the fact that I was traumatized going through these situations or hearing this stuff to the point where you come out and you have these certain like tendencies to be trying to be too extra and too aware. You get PTSD, and you might have came out there with depression or a habit. You can easily pick up a habit in there too. You know what I'm saying? And it's quite different ones too. So you just gotta watch because it takes a very, very strong soul to go through that whole bid, whether you're doing a nickel, you're doing a dime, you're doing the elbow, or you're doing the whole day. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you're built for that mentally, though. Mentally,
Yeah,
because
time and
that
time.
once that crack, it's a lost cause. You're gonna come outside moving like a noodle anyway. Ain't nobody gonna want to mess with you because you're gonna be super weird. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be coming all different. Your pocket's gonna be low as I don't know what. You got rabbit ears. Every pair of jeans you wear, you don't got no money. You know what I'm saying? So like it ain't gonna be good. That's why we say, yo, just make sure you do something safe with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Find something safe to do. Get busy in whatever you do, your hobbies or your job, your career, and just keep doing that. Just give yourself a
Yo,
chance if somebody comes in your face with the nonsense. That's what I'm talking about.
yo, tell them about the guest we had on for an interview the other day. You had her on this morning. Yo, this is a white woman, a lawyer, ain't never been in trouble, and she went to Rikers Island. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
on Rikers.
there. Anybody.
Yup, that's a natural fact. That's a natural fact. You know what I'm saying? You want to plug her stuff for her? You know what I'm saying? So people can go check her
Uh,
out.
I forgot how to spell it. It was like the
The felonious.
felonist.
It's the felonious. It's the and
It's
then
a felonist,
felon ist. The felonious.
but the
Because
S is a dollar sign.
yeah, the S is a dollar sign. Is these like
Yeah.
this super chats or
Uh,
questions?
oh yeah. Appreciate the 99 cents. Who's that? I can't really. Walter. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Make sure you check that and acknowledge that every time. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to miss
Yeah.
out on
Yeah.
that. And
He
if
asked
y'all
before that. Look, he asked before that. He said, "Who would win in a fist fight?" Out of doing that.
yeah, yeah, I saw somebody ask a couple lives
Who would
ago.
win?
You know what I'm saying? I just went past that.
But that's the thing, though. You never know who would win. Like you, like that story he told a minute ago about that skinny white dude that got off on him. You never know who's gonna win.
Exactly. Exactly. Yo, man, I got some stories and I got a lot of them to go, man. Every time we talk about something, I think about another situation. I'm gonna be laying down stories all this year. I know you're gonna be going crazy. So
I gotta tell you something. Oh, you cutting
you
out?
cutting out?
You chopping a little bit? I gotta tell you.
What's up?
You know how when I be telling my stories, right? You know how I be using the AI in the background.
Yeah.
Yo, tell me why they shutting down Sora app? They shutting it down.
Wow.
They is shutting down the Sora app. I can't do my stories like that no more now.
Yo, hold up. So anything connected with them that we sent out and made and put on different platforms, they're not going to be unavailable if you press it, right?
They shutting down the whole Sora app. You ain't gonna be able to make it no more videos. But the videos you already got, you can keep, I guess. But you ain't gonna be able to make no more whenever they really shut it down. But they going to now.
Hmm.
And that was
So
one.
yeah, because
Yeah, but for
in
people that
that,
don't know,
go ahead.
what you say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
For people that don't know, when I'm telling my stories, I tell real life stories that happened to me, experience. But each story, I try to like, I use AI so y'all can like witness it. It ain't no crazy stuff like no goblins fighting, no fantasy. It's all real. You know, I'm talking about what I'm talking about is real. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
not. It's not
nah,
no crazy stuff. It's just like so y'all can know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Y'all can look and see. But like, just go and check out one video. I guarantee you'll like it. A lot of people do like it. You know what I mean? I've been trying to get
yeah,
Miz on it. I
yo, yo, word
don't
is
know if you
born.
got the patience for all that.
If I do that, because I was looking at all of the stuff that I have, that it might be like a little step ahead, you know what I'm saying, of the AI, because I have the real life situations that's going down, like people on the walk, you know what I'm saying, in real life, and then they
Oh
start
yeah.
fighting, and then people chilling in the dorms, you know what I'm saying. I got a whole bunch of videos, hundreds of them, that I can compile
See,
together.
I'm scared. I'm scared of using that shit. I'm scared to use that because last time I used real life prison footage, YouTube warned me, gave me warnings and stuff. They don't like that
Yeah,
stuff. Matter of fact, I had this guy was kicking somebody out of the cell, and it was this big black dude. He went in there and slapped the dude. That's probably what it was. He slapped him and like yoked him up
yeah,
and said, "Get out, get out of here." Man, YouTube they took the video down and then they sent me a warning because it was my first time. So I was
yeah.
like, man, I ain't messing with that anymore. I'll try to like recreate this somehow.
Yo, I was on my old page, the regular Big Miz from the zoo, not the Big Miz FTZ, just Big Miz from the zoo. I was trying to come with something different than every other prison content creator by telling the story and then say, you know what, go to the tape. And then you'll see exactly what I said happen in like a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like all the
Yeah,
stuff started going down. Then they call the dude in the cell, pour him out, boom, boom. And then I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Don't do nothing stupid in the streets and find yourself. But when I got some footage sent to me from the Chain Gang, from one of my peoples, they doing some
exclusive.
new, yeah, they doing some new humiliation rituals. And he was like, yo, ain't nobody got this because we just did this. We sending it to you. You know what I'm saying? Do us a solid. I cash at them. Boom. And man, I compiled these videos together and I called it The Toilet, and I made it a premiere and played it on my channel. It was so many people watching it. And when it was done, they said that was 3 strikes and you're blocked and you're banned. You know what I'm saying? And they shut my joint down. I had to do everything all over again.
You hold on, you talking about that new video you just did?
No, because
Oh,
it's an old video from like a couple years ago.
oh, okay, okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Or my Big Miz from the zoo, spelled all the way out. This one is Big Miz FTZ. You know what I'm saying? Then I did that documentary. Y'all can check that out too. It's they sent me to hell, not jail. And it's on my page, Big Miz FTZ. Y'all go check that
Yeah,
out.
you gotta
And
check that out.
Valdosta State Prison, part 3. Definitely up there. You know what I'm saying? Check it out though.
Uh, FZ, we appreciate that. He said, "I hope the best for you both. Can't judge a book by its cover or the first couple of chapters." And you're right.
Ooh,
You totally right about that.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Every time I did that, I was wrong. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
I'd
real.
be like,
You be wrong about it. You know, you can't
nah,
assume stuff.
yo, that's kill or be killed. No, they were like, nah, this is Humpty Dumpty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yo, every time you
Or
try to judge a book by its cover, you be wrong.
it'd be like that in prison too. Some of the dudes you see that be talking all the big loud to be out there, you be thinking that they be the ones running the show, but no, it don't be that way. It be the ones that quiet sitting in the back. They be the ones giving the orders. The ones that are loud and stuff, man, they just the do boys.
That's a natural fact. That is a natural
They
fact.
ain't. Yeah, the whole time you sitting there giving this dude respect, and he ain't nothing. But you want to disrespect the dude that's quiet, and the whole time he's the leader of the whole thing.
It be like that too.
They
It
do.
be like that. And when you sleeping on be the most dangerous one. One you
Yeah,
sleeping on be the most dangerous one, man. Like, boy, you'll learn, but
can't believe
don't
it. You got into
don't
reading
don't
what?
go.
Look,
What they say?
this guy said, have either of you got into reading while down, not counting urban novels? Yeah, I ain't gonna be
Hold
lie.
up.
I ain't gonna lie.
I got
Before,
I got the list right here of the books that I read, but I'm gonna get to it. Go ahead and talk to them.
all right, before I got locked up, I didn't read nothing. I dropped out of school, all that. Never read a book. When I got locked up and I was in the city jail, there wasn't nothing to do. They had TVs on the outside, but we were locked in our cells. That's when I started reading. And don't laugh, yo, don't y'all laugh at me. But I started reading. What's that? It's not Harry Potter, but it's that the one where the kid is his dad is Poseidon, and he goes to school and stuff. And he got to steal some shoes and all that. Percy Jackson. Yeah, I bought all the Percy Jackson books. I was reading all those, and the Game of Thrones books. Yeah,
Now
I was reading the
look,
Game of Thrones.
I read a series of what they call something for dummies. Like it was business for dummies, learning how to do resumes for dummies, learning Arabic for dummies. Like I read a series of that. They got sent in to me. Um, I was studying the Bible and the Quran, and then I found the Torah. I found the old Torah that was real big. It was real big. I wanted to take it out of the library, but I couldn't. It was way too big and it was golden. I would have took that home. You know what I'm saying? The Torah. And I also read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 48 Laws of Power, Art of War, Art of Seduction. You know what I'm saying? 12 Years a Slave, 50 Shades of Grey, the whole collection, the Jim Crow Theory, and yes, a Business for Dummies, Algebra and Calculus and Trigonometry for Dummies, um, of Men and Mice, and all these
Oh yeah, that
Joy
was a good one.
Bloom books. And then I have a whole list of urban ones. Like I've read too many of those though. Too many of those.
What made you write down all the books? Like, were you just like checking it off?
Yo, I was sitting there one day and I was reading, something that was close to me. I was reading that and I was like, dang, I used to read way more and obtain way more knowledge than I do now. I mean, but I know that I am now using what I learned and I'm trying to give it. I understand that, but I think I want to equip myself with just more.
Yeah,
I
I can
just
dig
want,
that.
yeah, I just want to know more.
Yo, can we get six people in the chat to go ahead and break that 100 open? You know what I'm saying? We're trying to break that open.
Yeah, y'all go ahead
100
and knock
likes.
that down real quick. We got that. We got that. We got folks in here. Go ahead and knock that down. Raise us to 100 real quick. Show them it's real quick. That's it. Show them it's real quick. That's real easy. They can do that real easy.
I, there was other books I read. I just can't remember the name of them.
Mhm.
Like it was this one book. It was a fantasy book. It's about this dude that became like a slave on another planet or something, and like they had these magical armors, and
Yo, what's the
like
number right now? I can't
uh,
see it.
what number for what? The time? How much time we been in here?
Nah. Is it at 100 yet? Or is that what is that?
No, it's at 98.
I
98.
yo,
Oh, is that
there you
now?
go. Boom,
Yeah, it's at
boom,
100.
boom. There you go.
We appreciate everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the book I was talking about, it had like there was like a couple of magical armor, and like if you put this armor on, like you were invincible, and like only the rich people would be able to have. I forgot the name of that shit, but it was a good book though.
Hmm.
But in the book they had like an assassin. He was hunting down people. He was like, "There's a famous assassin." I don't know. I gotta look it up. Next time we come on here, I'll tell y'all.
Yeah. And maybe the next time we come on, y'all look for that. I'm going to go and just go when we go live. I'm going to tell the story of when I first got to Valdosta State Prison and what happened 15 minutes after I got there, and then I'll go and continue on to part two live as well, and then put an extra little one in there, throw some sauce on there too. You know what I'm saying? Do
Yeah,
that just for y'all. And don't forget, yo, y'all subscribe to his channel. Go ahead and tap that subscription button, subscribe. Go
Go ahead and put
subscribe
your
to my channel, Big Miz from the Zoo, but it's Big Miz FTZ. You know what I'm saying? Y'all run over there, do that. Check out one of the videos, punch the like button, kick a comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's greatly appreciated. That's a fact.
Yeah, but we do this almost every day. Being Miz, we get on here and we talk about prison discussions every day, different things. So if you wanna there's times it be varying. Sometimes it be
Yeah,
about 12, sometimes it be about two. You know, it be varying, but it be almost every day. And then we usually have our own little thing. Like I'll have interviewing people on my channel. He'll be interviewing people on his channel. But me
that's
and
a
him
fact.
always come together and have these right here every day. Almost every day.
And let them know, like, it's a way to contact us if you have a
Yeah,
interesting story and you've been locked down and you went through some stuff. I want to know. I want to know. You can
yeah.
get that off your chest with me. You know what I'm saying?
Leave a comment in either my video, either one of any video of mine or any video of his. Like we'll see it.
Yeah, that's a natural fact. And I'll throw my business number out there and we'll go to the next thing. I'm gonna say this though, because somebody contacted me yesterday, and like one of them went good. I interviewed her, and then a gentleman hit me, and then he sent his face shot over, and he had a covering over his face and a covering over his head where I can just see his eyes. And he said, "Oh, you want to interview with me? Don't do that. If you can't show your face, you know what I'm saying? Don't send me that. Tell me. You know what I mean? Then I'll make a thumbnail. Then we can do that, and then you can not show your face on the camera. You just talk. That's good too.
Yeah,
But I'm not doing that playing game stuff. Like I ain't beat for none of that.
yeah.
I
I ain't gonna
mean,
lie. When people come on here and they got their face covered up, a lot of people in the chat are ruthless. They're gonna sit there and make fun of that person the whole chat and not take them serious. Cause me, like, we don't know if he's trolling or what. I don't know if it's for clout. I didn't mean to cut you off though.
nah. That was it. That was it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, but like me, I ain't got nothing to hide. My story's real. Everything I say is real. You know, you can look me up. You can look Miz up. Eh, All our stuff is on paper.
Yeah, natural
But
fact.
if you want,
Georgia
yeah, if you want to
Department of
become,
Corrections. You know what I'm saying? I got a video stating what I did. My name is Marquitas White. Go ahead and look it up. 1106-234, Georgia Department of Corrections.
eh?
All I got is them Aggies. all I got is them Aggies. Y'all come holler at the boy. You know what I'm saying? And and
Yeah, you go dox yourself, man. What
and I got
the
and I got an Aggie stalking too. You know what I'm saying? I aggravate stalking too.
Yeah, you gonna have some crazy person show them at your door, and they're gonna be like, "What's up with them prison stories?"
Yo, yo. Y'all just come through, man. Y'all got an official person that check it out though. I'm not scared of y'all, so I don't gotta lie to you. I'm not scared of you at all.
Yeah. Well, I ain't
That's the
gonna.
crazy part. I'm not scared of you, so I'll tell you the truth. But the time that I start getting scared, I'm a lie. I'm a lie because I don't want to get hurt by you. But I'm not scared of nobody. We can. I'm saying I will talk with him, but we not talking about how much he like booty. Yeah. And the talk about man parts. Like I ain't really into that. Yeah, like I'll mm-mm.
Him the right questions. They just ask him about the booty bandit stuff. They don't ask him about anything else.
Yo, listen, I want y'all to do me a favor. I wish I would have said this where it was way more numbers in here, but I want y'all to do me a favor and do this man right here a favor. If y'all want us to collaborate with any of these big content creators, you know what I'm saying, to help us out and build our platforms as well, y'all go into their chats when they drop these videos and say collab with Crime Talk, collab with Big Miz, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yeah, that'd be good.
and get that going. I would definitely appreciate that. And if it happens and I know it's you, I mess around and cash app you too. That's a natural fact. I'm speaking all facts.
Yeah, I remember when I first started watching videos. I was watching I watched some of your videos because you were doing this for a minute, Miz. But I was
Yeah,
watching Bill Feezy. I was watching who else was it? Jay Williams
and
and
Charlie
Charlie
Global.
Goble.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I seen their stories and I was like, damn, I got stories too. You know, I can share my stories. Yeah. But
that's a natural
that'd
fact.
be good.
Yo, when they supposed to be stopping the Sora thing though?
They announced it either yesterday or was it earlier today, but it can be any time. They saying they losing too much money. It takes money every time. Every time you make a video in there, it like costs like $1 or something. They losing money. Like I think they said Disney gave them $1 billion to invest in them, and they gave it right back because they said they just shutting it down.
Yo, that's weird. They should. So something else is going to come out. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Or something that we not or we overlooking. We'll go to that and see that you can do the same thing there.
Yeah,
Like,
I got like 12 stories that I haven't like made yet that I want to get out. So I'm trying to hurry up and put those stories out before they shut down.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
definitely a smart
yo, we've
move.
been on this thing for almost 2 hours. I think it's about that time.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
been
all
almost
right,
two
all right,
hours.
all right. All right, all right. So yo, y'all already know what it is, man. This is your boy right here, Crime Talk 369, your boy right here, Big Miz from the zoo. And I'm just gonna tell y'all, please find something safe to do. Don't go out in these streets and do something stupid and find yourself in somebody's county jail, prison, the chain gang. Y'all go like and subscribe to the channel, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out some of my stories, the real stories. They really happened. Ain't no cap. No cap in none of these stories. All of it is the truth. And my man here, Miz from the zoo, go check him out. His stories are real also.
That's correct.
But appreciate y'all coming. And we gonna do this tomorrow. So keep an eye out for us. Ask some
That's a
questions.
fact.
Leave a comment if you wanna be up in one of these. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I appreciate everybody
All
coming.
right.
And if
Peace, peace, bro.
you ain't like the video yet, make sure you like it on the
Like
way
the
out.
video. That's right. Peace.
Peace.